Well, hello and welcome back to another video. I just thought it was time. A good few weeks have passed and I thought I'd show you progress on my annuals in the garden and the dahlias, and a catch up on the lilies that I also set. So just a small video looking at the garden, what I've been doing, what I've been planting, how the plants are doing, and as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. As always, it does help us smaller channels, as I keep saying. And thank you to all the new subscribers on the channel. And it's great to have you along. And thank you very much. Do really appreciate it. So just a quick look at how the garden is. It's coming up towards the end of June now. And I thought it was time I did a little update. So here we go. We're looking here at some dahlias. The bronzy orangey coloured ones were some that I started off in pots that you would have seen. There's an earlier video of me doing that. So they're doing very well. I mean, it's right here at the end, coming up to the end of June. So they've got the rest of the summer to flower. So I'm pleased with how well they're doing. The little purple one, which is a little bit slower to get going, we just zoom in on that. That's quite an interesting dahlia because that's called an anemone flower dahlia, and quite an unusual flower that. I've got several of those. I've got some more out the front, and then I've got some more dahlias over that side. The yellow one that's just starting to come out is one I grew from seed. It's a bedding dahlia, so you can see, they're all much caught up, roughly about the same growth, and even the ones that I set straight in the garden have really caught up as well, which is quite interesting. There's quite a few dahlias behind there, and there's some cosmos, and there's some Rudbeckia, rustic dwarf there as well, and then there's got some perennial Rudbeckia called Gold Bloom on the edge, that dark leaf on the edge. And so when all that comes out, obviously it's early days yet, it'll be quite a colourful show. I've got quite a few of my homegrown, own grown petunias and ageratum and antirrhinums down here at the front, and some sweet peas which are just starting to come out now. There again, in the smaller garden, it's always difficult with sweet peas. Like when I used to have my allotments, I used to grow them one plant, individual canes, and I had plenty of room, to take things like the runners off and really go for it and get some really nice individual blooms. But in a small garden, you're really growing for that bit of colour, and it's obviously, and also with sweet peas, you want to keep picking them so the flowers will continue to come, and also pick any dead heads off. You don't want to let them to run to seed, but they're doing okay, as though for a small garden. Here I've got some more quite nice dahlias. There again, all these here are the ones that I've grown from seed, so I'm delighted with how they're flowering this early already, and they're quite nice and sort of very dainty sort of cactus type, you might say, and different, quite nice, more pastel shades, some of those in colour. So yeah, they've done really well, and I've got some more sweet peas here, which are a very dainty white with a yellow, he says, white with a pink top little petals there, which and they have a wonderful perfume. If you come out here in the evening, they really do smell absolutely marvellous, and so they're doing really well. And some more bedding there, and it's only just starting to get going, the bedding, and I've got some petunias and marigolds and geraniums and rudbeckia again. And as I say, it's all home, grown from seed. I've got some gazanias there and some more geraniums, and so yeah, I'm delighted of how things are coming on. It has been incredibly dry here the whole month of June, as was May, so it looks like my oak before the ash saying, we're in for a splash, is very much coming true at the moment. Have to say my lawn is looking quite well as well. I hope to do videos about lawn. There seems to my mind a lot of nonsense talked about grass and lawns, and I'll come on to talking about lawns probably on another video, but I'm pleased with how my grass has come round, because this lawn in the winter time, being north facing and on quite heavy silty clay subsoil underneath, it's not the best of draining of ground. So and you can see over there we've got some more, we zoom in a bit, where are we? I've got some more annual bedding in the tubs and sweet peas over there, and as I say, it's just really beginning to get established quite nicely now. And we'll come and have a look at it again in the middle of July, because I think by then it'll be, hopefully, he says, if it keeps on going as well as it does, it'll be, very, very colourful, I think, by that time. Got the nice big lilies that I showed you with the lily beetle video. They are now out in bloom, and there again they smell absolutely gorgeous in the evenings, and looking very spectacular. I think tall lilies, these are just a bit too tall for my liking, but they are a spectacular sort of statement flower, most certainly. And when you get close up to the flowers and have a look at them, they're some very striking, and those being a sort of bright, a rustic orange again, I think you might call that. So yeah, considering they get attacked by the lily beetle, they still manage to flower and do quite well, really, all in all. Here's my lilies that I did a video about that somebody bought for me, and I was setting them in tubs. I've even got a yellow one out, which is looking quite nice there. That's going to be a nice, rather nice colour. And considering the squirrel got in and dug quite a few of these lily bulbs up, as I explained in another video, they have come on and are doing very well now, and look fantastic, and should be a nice colourful display for a couple of weeks anyway. And there again, lilies not only grown for their looks, but they also do smell in the evening time if they get the sun on them. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with, after what looked to be a total disaster when I come out and saw that all the bulbs had been dug up by the squirrel. There you go. Never give up on plants. I think that's the way to look at it. And so they've recovered, and I think I only lost about 2 bulbs totally. And I've got 1 or 2 tubs out here that have only been, my spring bedding went on so long, these have only been set out, perhaps over a week and a half now, these tubs, so they're taking a little bit of time, to get established. And so we'll go out and have a look at my main bedding, which is on the front garden. So I'm really pleased with how this is now starting to look out on the front. I've got the darker bishop series of dahlias there, which have the nice smaller flowers and the dark foliage. And there again, they were set off and started in pots in the video I did. Behind then I've got the taller cosmos, which sort of gives them a little bit of protection from the wind, although I might well end up having to stake some of those dahlias a little bit later on. And in the front there's the vanilla ice African marigolds, petunias, bedding begonias, French marigolds and lobelia. And as I say, all that has been, grown from seed. So it's amazing to think that was only, set as seeds in March of this year, and it's only sort of the end of June now. And there's another view of another one of my beds on the front, and there again that's looking really colourful now. There again, much the same things. We've got ageratum, which is the little blue flower right on the end there. Let's zoom in a little bit, there we go. And geraniums, osteospermens, the vanilla ice African marigolds again, and French marigolds in mixed colours there, which are doing really well. I'm really pleased with those French marigolds. They are lovely big, flowers. When you get down and have a look at these, the plants close, I'm delighted how they, that's so colourful. I think that what attracts me to annuals. It's such a, I know it's very out of vogue, this type of gardening, but I like, a riot of various colours, and you certainly get that with these annual plants. And then coming down this side, I've got petunias again, antirrhinums, and some very, very lovely gazanias there, which obviously really only come out in the sun. It's a little bit cloudy, so they're just starting to shut up a little bit. The more gazanias down on this bit here gets very hot, faces south, and it gets a lot of sun, particularly mornings, and so they really do like that. But today with the cloud, they've closed up a little bit. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how the plants are doing. Vast majority of this has been grown there again from seeds at quite reasonable cost. The big tall plants along the back are perennial Rudbeckia again, which is called gold bloom, and that has a very dainty little yellow flower. It flowers profusely with these little yellow flowers. We should come and see that. Obviously I'll show you that when it's out. It's one of my favourites. I love all the Rudbeckias. I think they're really good plants and good value. Then I've got this bit over here with some more dahlias at the back. There's another one of those anemone type flowered dahlias, and there's a white anemone flowered dahlia there. And as I say, it's early days for dahlias yet. The two on the end, the pink one and the white one, are dahlias I've grown from seed again. You'd have seen me set those in a video if you looked at my previous videos. And then it's just, it's as I say, I think bedding is so colourful, and I think that's what attracts me to it. Still, it's a lot of hard work changing the plants, and a lot of hard work setting them out and growing them, and then you've got to look after them, and they probably need watering at least every day or every other day, but well worth it, I think, for the colour. Then I've got some tubs which are coming on quite well there in my normal place, and they've got osteospermums, geraniums, white Sophinia type trailing petunias, which are a bit slow to get going but are just starting to get going. And in the other tub, I think there's a navy blue Sophinia type trailing petunia. We've got lobelia, and we've got one or two geraniums, and they're looking good, as I say. And considering they haven't been set that long now, there again, I'm delighted with the colour that they're all the plants are giving me. And as I say, when I think, you know, I did give a rough calculation. I can't think of the figure off the top of my head what it was of how much these plants cost me in total. It's, you know, really good value for money for the colour. And in these two smaller tubs I've got Petunias and Lobelia. Well, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little update of the garden and how things are going. I'm really pleased this year with how the plants are doing, and no doubt we'll come back in, you know, 2 or 3 weeks time and have a look how things are progressing, because really, you know, the plants that I've set out should by then really be giving me some, you know, really good value colour in the garden, even more so than they are now. So as always, thanks for watching, and good gardening wherever you are in the world, and my best wishes, I should say, and see you in another video very shortly. And until then, bye for now.